Setting up an organized, well-running kitchen can be a little bit of a challenge, especially if you are not the only one living in the house and it's the hub of the house, right? Everyone is in here all the time. So I'm gonna set up my kitchen and have it be maximally organized, and we're gonna do it together, and I'm gonna give you guys some tips on organizing your own kitchen. Let's go. Hey, it's Kay, welcome back. If you're new here, hello, my name is Kay. I'm a professional home organizer and soprano here in the Boston area, and I'm here to inspire you to live a more organized life. I've been helping people get organized in their homes for 7 years now, and one of the most favorite places I go and organize in people's houses is, you guessed it, the kitchen. It is the hub of the house, but it can become a disaster and not functional. So today, we are gonna organize my new kitchen. So when we moved here about 3 months ago, I basically was just trying to solve the problem of having so many boxes in my apartment, and I kind of unpacked boxes and just put them in cabinets. So I didn't really take the time to do the organizing, but now that I have a little more time, I'm gonna organize my kitchen today, and I'm gonna take you along on the journey, give you some tips about how you can get your kitchen organized. So let's take a look at the disaster that is my kitchen. Well, it's not that bad, but it doesn't really work as well as I'd like it to, so we're gonna fix it up today. And because we're all in lockdown, I can't go to the Container Store and grab stuff. I have to order it and wait a million years for it to come. So I probably won't have it look as perfect as it will be looking, a few months from now, but I've got some organizing solutions kind of hanging out in that closet over there, so we can use what we have and see if we can make it a little better than what we've got right now. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna clean up a little bit because we had breakfast and we still haven't cleaned up anything, so we're just gonna do that first. So I'm gonna put a podcast on and get to scrubbing. Before you start organizing a space that's, fairly established, I would take a few minutes and try to put away anything that you can put away, and to make the space as least insane to start out with as possible. And that's why I cleaned up the kitchen and went ahead and did the dishes that were there. Boy, I had to scrub that day. There was some burnt bacon action at the bottom of the pan. My husband and I had this discussion about having too high heat underneath the pan, and I was beside myself with the scrubbing. I got I'm scrubbing the splatter guard. That's what it is, the splash guard. My barkeeper's friend is my favorite thing in the world, but oh my gosh. The scrubbing, I was exhausted. I wanted to give up. I wanted to run away. I wanted to leave. I wanted somebody else to do it for me, but I kept on going. And eventually I got all of the little burnt pieces of oil and bacon and all that stuff. I love bacon, but man, if you cook it at too high a heat, the burn on the pans and on the splatter guard, oh my goodness. But you guys, I got those pans so sparkling clean. I was so happy, and from then on, I could start my organizing project. Okay, I've gotten control of the mess in my kitchen, and we're all clean and taken care of, and now I'll show you what the situation is and what we'll be organizing today. Oh, everyone say hi to Clover James. I heard him coming around the corner. Hello. Aren't you supposed to be taking a nap right now? I think you are. So here is my beautiful new modern kitchen. And as you can see, there's no handles on anything. So the first area that I want to concentrate on is these 4 drawers. They don't look like drawers, but they are drawers. I have organized some parts of my kitchen, like this little place where the pots and pans are. That's totally fine. However, this drawer is a drawer in a drawer. So we've got the plates and bowls, but they're not like super organized. But we've also got this stuff going on here. So we've got some random stuff, and then like the knives and forks and all that stuff, and also the regular cooking knives. And then over here, we've got more prep things. And look at that mess. Take a look at the mess. So we will be organizing all of this today. Is to try to store things where you use them and store like items together. So this drawer, she doesn't look too good, and also this drawer actually looks a little better, but I think that since this drawer is so deep, I'm gonna put some larger things in and put the shallower things in this drawer. So in this drawer, we've got kind of a food prep situation. I use all of these things, love them all, but I think it can be a little better organized. I do have some little like organizers in here from the last house, but of course they were not intended for this particular space. Hello. And in this drawer, we've got a number of food storage organizing solutions, which I don't know, I mean, I think they're okay to hang out there. We've also got some serving plates and serving bowls, but I'm not really sure if that's the best place for them. We've also got another problem. We've got a couple of cabinet problems. So here is the one cabinet problem. So here's the situation. In our old house, this particular cabinet, because our kitchen was very similar, our sink used to be here in our old apartment, this was like similar, like cups and plate, but it was also like bowls and plates and stuff like that. But we haven't set up the bar yet. That is supposed to go over there. So we've got some items that would normally live in the bar in this cabinet, like these glasses and liquor and the like martini recipes and stuff like that. So, and there, look, there's the shaker. So I'm thinking if we set up the bar, we can move some stuff out of here. So that might actually be a good thing to do today. This is the other interesting cabinet that hasn't really gotten a lot of my attention, but is not that bad. We've got extra spices up there, extra bowls and plates up there, which I'm not really sure what's going on around, and mixing bowls. And this is like a randomness. Like, look, it's like packets of ketchup and stuff. So, and oh, by the way, if you're a Marylander or, you know, a DMVer, you know about this. So I think those are the 4 spaces I'll be concentrating on today. So let's go. So I'm gonna close this and this. Okay, I'm gonna start on these drawers first, and I'm gonna need to probably mess around with all 4 of them because I think I'm gonna have to do a little crisscross applesauce thing with these guys. So, but this is a manageable amount of spaces to be messing around with. So when you're doing your kitchen, try to do it in zones. And if you find something that needs to go to another zone, just sort of move it out and deal with it another time. So try to focus on like one little thing at a time, then it'll give you good momentum to keep on moving. So if y'all are new here, you know the drill is to take everything out first. So I'm gonna do that. I'm probably not gonna take the spices out, but I'll take everything else out and see what the deal is with these 4 drawers. So I'm gonna pop my headphones in and get to work. These are some drawer organizers. I probably will order another set of these, but I definitely think these are gonna be useful in my project. So I'm gonna leave these out. So just putting the timestamp on the screen to let you guys know how long this project was taking. It took quite a while, much longer than I anticipated. So I went to the closet to go grab my box of containers. Now, if you love organizing like me, and if you're always doing projects, I recommend if you have like a regular stash of organizing materials, rather than be like containers, drawer organizers, little things you've reused, just gather them all together and keep them in a box and like put them in the basement or like the garage somewhere. They always come in useful when I'm doing projects. So this has been helping me out over the past few months. I normally just keep this container around to, you know, help with stuff I have with clients, but I haven't seen any clients in person for the past few weeks, so I'm just using it to help myself. And I always start the process by sorting items by category and function. So in my kitchen, like items go with like items, and items tend to be stored where I want to use them. So it's fun coming across these bins that were in my last apartment. This one had popcorn stuff in it, and now it's being reused. So I'm gonna just like wipe that off. It was on there with like some marker that is, I think it's a water-based paint marker, and it just comes off with some water. So let's do the other side. Very satisfying. This can be a really intimidating process, and just like you and everyone else out there, I got really intimidated for just a quick second, but just keep on going. You'll get there. Okay, everything I want to organize is out of the drawers, and I put some of my organizers over here, and some are within the stuff, but I tried to zone out the stuff. So we've got like measuring stuff, utensils, tools, food prep stuff, and I'm gonna try and get a hold of the zones. So the first thing I'm gonna do though is probably line the bottom of these drawers with some liner, so that'll stop stuff from going everywhere. So let me see what I've got in my utility closet. I don't know if I have enough. A drawer liner or a cabinet liner can make all the difference between whether you hate a drawer or love a drawer. This liner is awesome because it prevents stuff from sliding around, and I only had enough to do the one drawer, really, or maybe 1.5, but I'm gonna order some more, don't you worry. Okay, I only had enough liner to do like 2 drawers, but that's a good start. And I think I'm gonna see what I can do now. Yay! This was a really tough part. I kept the camera running, but I sped it up much faster than I've sped up anything in my entire life here on YouTube. But as you can see, there's a lot of trial and error going on and a lot of sort of Tetrising going on. And that's really what it takes to organize a bunch of small items. And as you can see, I have a lot of drawer space, but I only really have, I guess, 6 drawers. I have 2 of those tiny ones and 4 of those larger ones, and it was really difficult to decide what goes in what, but my main goal is to say that like items go with like items, and I want items stored where I use them. So I put all my prep items together and all of my utensils together, everything I need to like cut items together, squeeze, pulverize, you know, those kinds of things. So categories is always the way to go. Okay, it's been a little while and I am done. I think I'm gonna make this a part 1 and a part 2 because it's just so much. And I'm gonna take a little break and then go back and do the part 2. But this is what I've done so far in the drawers, and I think it's gonna work really well. So I'll show you what I've done. So here is the first drawer. So I got some spices out. I'm gonna put those up there and I'm gonna solve that issue. But in this prep drawer, we've got a little more order. So this is all like the little prep items, and I really like how this came together with whatever containers I had. It does look a little like kind of crazy with all the clear stuff sticking out, but it's organized enough for me so that I can find things. And so I've got some prep bowls, I've got all the measuring things here, food scales, squeezing things, mixing things, and then a number of other like random things. And in this drawer, the spice drawer, I was very happy. I will organize the spices later, and I have to redraw the names on these, but I'm happy with the way that it is right now. By the way, my friend Jason came over and gave me, well, he didn't come over, but he dropped off some spices for me because he's got all these extra spices, and because he saw I needed a spice on a Facebook post, and he was like, hey, I'm going to my parents' house. You mind if I drop off some spices? Because he's a great cook. He was actually on, he was the first runner-up on MasterChef a couple years ago. So some of you guys might know him, but he included this like super cute little note to let me know what they are. And I've used up one of them, but I am very excited to use up the rest of these. These are like more exotic spices. He's got all the things I need. He's the sweetest person in the world, you guys. Anyway, and so this is where I put utensils and like little smaller utensils. And I also put the Reynolds wrap and the plastic wrap there, which we don't use very much. But this drawer has a lot more space in it now, so because this is all the stuff that was sort of awkwardly shaped, but it's also for food prep, and the oven mitts and all that stuff is there. So now I can just grab it and it's not so intrusive. And in this drawer, well, I didn't do anything with this yet, but I will soon in the part 2. I rearranged all of the drawer organizers, and this was really hard, you guys. I spent a lot of time moving stuff around, like Tetrising stuff up, and I managed to get a good deal going. Now, this is probably gonna move because it's like all the wine opening things, but it can stay there for now. I've got a little drawer organizer, and I got all the wine like keeping bottle spouts and all that stuff there. But everything for drinks is here, like the milk frother and the cocktail mixer and the straws and their cleaning items. And then we've got the normal utensils and then the knives. So all things utensils are here. So we've got all like items together. This is a mess. I'm gonna order some stuff and I'll make that drawer a lot more organized. So that is the end of part 1 of organizing my kitchen. It took much longer than I thought it was going to take because I just was like getting down to the details. If stuff is taking much longer than you thought, don't fret, don't freak out, just break it into parts. So I'm gonna take a break and then we're gonna do a part 2. Could be the same day, could be the next day, don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling today. I hope you guys are having a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.